The power of podcasting is beyond what people even think. And to look at Lewis Howes, it's allowed him to become a best-selling author and to build his brand in a multi-million-dollar business. How can somebody out there listening like that wants to do their own podcast, how can they stand out? Because you obviously found a lot of great people. Yeah. And how can they grow it?
It depends. If you're looking to do an interview show, I think it's a lot more challenging to do today because there's over 400,000 podcasts out there. So I would almost tell you not to do an interview podcast unless it's going to be unique or different or in a different industry. If you're just going to do another entrepreneurial podcast, it's already been done 1,000 times.
You don't need another one.
We don't anymore.
Unless you're interviewing people that have never been interviewed, unless you have access to CEOs or obscure entrepreneurs or it's a specific niche. Otherwise, everyone's been interviewed so many times. And that's why I try not to have many entrepreneurs on my show. So I'm constantly thinking about how can I protect my audience. You gotta find ways to add a lot of value. Find ways to really figure out what matters to the person. Yeah, Meatloaf was just in the studio here an hour ago and he's got a record out right now. One of his previous albums is the 5th selling album of all time. I will do anything.
Is that how he sounds?
But he had Meatloaf there that day, and like Meatloaf isn't being interviewed on the typical podcast. No. And I think that's what makes Lewis so unique is that's who's on his podcast. And he's so clear about he wants people like that, great people, and that's how he's built his brand. So a big part of your own personal brand is sports, from college football to the arena ball to handball, traveling all over the world. Now there's no handball court right outside, but your assistant did tell us there's a basketball court a few blocks away. You down to shoot a little hoops?
Man, let's do it.
Photos is a huge part of your brand.
Yeah, it's everything. For me, photos became important when I saw the value a couple of years ago when I launched this website and everyone started talking about it. Everyone was like, holy cow. And I just said, okay, I'm gonna start investing in photography more and more and more, and not just once every couple of years, but every month if I could, just to enhance the continued feeling of inspiration. For me, that's what it's about.
I want to see you dunk it. Greg, you said you could dunk it.
You can dunk, Greg?
Some days. I think we set ourselves up for failure. Instead of playing horse, we should have did 2-on-1. We should have been me and you versus Lewis. He probably still would have beat
Well, at least you could try to dunk. I couldn't even get close to dunking it. You tried it.
Get there.
Oh!
We walked all the way to the basketball court, played horse for like 2.5 minutes, and then it was game over. And then he took us to the roof. And this was really, really cool because it really is the epitome of greatness and why he's so great. When you look out and see the view, I mean, where does your mind go? What do you think about?
I think about expansion. I think about anything that's possible. I think about every vision or dream I have is something that I could eventually create if everything lines up in the right way.